One of my all-time favorite quotes is a well-known one from 13th century mystic Meister Eckhart, who says, "If the only prayer we ever say in our entire life is thank you, it will be enough." Thank you was the response that Naaman and the Samaritan offered to Elisha the prophet and to Jesus in the two healing stories today. In both cases, however, I believe it was the listening heart of the healer and the one healed that allowed gratitude to overflow into their midst and ours this morning. Let's take a few minutes to talk about how we can cultivate a listening heart and how gratitude naturally flows from that. Although there are many ways to cultivate a listening heart, I would like to offer two. The first is a stillness pause. It's important that we take time every day to pause, to breathe, whether it is a 2-minute pause or a more extended one. A stillness pause allows us to listen to our inner feelings, be in touch with the divine, and hear the needs and call of our heart. The second is to be in nature. Whether we are walking in the woods or on the beach, basking in the beauty of the harvest moon of this past week, or looking out our window at the dancing trees, nature invites our hearts to listen to beauty and to the feelings that arise in that moment. A stillness pause and being in nature can help us cultivate a listening heart. I would like to share 3 examples of how a listening heart can move us toward a grateful heart. The first example is something I experienced this past weekend in New Orleans, Louisiana. One morning, Stan and I were walking toward the riverfront and decided to stop at a cafe for breakfast. As we sat at the counter facing the street, a woman on an electric scooter got her tires caught in the trolley tracks, lost her balance, and fell into the street, right in front of the cafe. Immediately, about 6 people who were walking along the sidewalk rushed over to help her. One called 911, while the others assessed her and eventually moved her to safety on the sidewalk. I asked the cafe manager if we could bring a chair outside, just in case she or someone else would need it. And she said, absolutely. The person who was on the phone to the 911 dispatcher was giving details of the woman's evolving condition, while others were keeping her comfortable. Fortunately, she had been wearing a helmet, so scratches, a banged-up knee, and an overall look of shock were the issues she was presenting. Her companion came into the cafe to purchase a bottle of water for her and was waiting for the cashier. So I went over and told her we would take care of it, and she then thanked me, and out she went. With each passing minute, the injured woman seemed to be getting better. And about 10 minutes later, the paramedics arrived. They assessed her, and she then walked across the street and into the ambulance for treatment. A few minutes later, she emerged with a bandaged knee and was ready to go. A good outcome. Throughout this experience, a number of people listened to the various needs of the situation as they unfolded. I believe each person, from the initial responders to the cafe people to the paramedics, listened to their heart, listened to and responded to the woman's needs, and brought healing to her in whatever way they could. No one did it to receive a word of thanks, yet words of gratitude were abundant. As a first-person witnessing experience, it was beautiful to see compassion and care for our fellow human beings unfold so spontaneously, and to experience the gratitude that freely flowed from that listening experience. The second example is related to nature. A couple times during September, people from our faith community strolled through the woods at Tyler Arboretum. Being on the trail opened our adventurous hearts to listen to the song of the birds, the movement of the wind, the leaves dropping to earth and crunching underfoot, to enlivening conversations, and to peaceful silence during contemplative moments. Toward the end of our hike, we sat in a circle on tree stumps and listened to each person share what their favorite part of the hike was, or what they found most meaningful. As I listened to each person, I felt my heart flood with gratitude for who they are and the deep wisdom they shared through their listening hearts. The last example is from Maria Shriver's recent article entitled, "Wait for the Light." In it, Maria spoke about a conversation she had with someone who holds political positions completely opposite of hers. Her friend shared how social media had riled him up to such a fever that he was struggling to understand the left at all. Maria said usually she would have gotten into a heated debate, but this time, in her words, I just listened and asked him to tell me more. The more they spoke, the calmer he got, and her friend was able to come to a more peaceful place. Thanks to Maria's spacious, listening heart, he was able to find in that moment. Maria was grateful. She responded with intentionality. And her friend was grateful for her listening that accepted him for who he was. Listening, healing, and gratitude are graces waiting to be embodied in each one of us. As we walk into this week, listen to your heart. Feel the healing touch of the cool autumn breezes. And say thank you to yourself, to others, and to whatever gives you grace. In the spirit of Meister Eckhart, I say thank you for allowing me to share my thoughts this morning. And as always, I look forward with anticipation to hearing yours.